Usually when you think about wealth, there's this immediate expectation of stress. Like you lock your money away, you monitor the markets.
Right, yeah, it's a resource you have to constantly watch.
Exactly. You're constantly worried about losing what you have. But, and this is what we're looking at in today's deep dive, the spiritual teachings of Guru Amar Das Ji totally flip that definition of wealth.
Completely. We're looking at his writings in Rag Dhanaasaree, which, by the way, inherently evokes this really grounded comfort just in its musical measure.
Right.
And it explores naam, the divine name, not as, a treasure you have to guard, but one that actively guards you.
Which is wild because with worldly wealth, I mean, I have to nurture my bank account, right? But here, the wealth nurtures you.
Yeah, it's a total reevaluation of value. Instead of accumulating something external, you're gathering this wealth deep within yourself.
Right. But how does that actually work? I mean, in practice.
Well, the text says it brings about profound internal illumination. And to explain it, there's this really vivid metaphor of the soul bride.
Oh, right, where love for the divine is compared to a bride's devotion to her husband.
Exactly. And the soul bride is adorned, but not with gold or jewelry. She's adorned with peace and tranquility so she can be enjoyed by God.
I mean, that's a beautiful image, but I feel like it highlights a massive gap for, well, for you listening, and really for most of us. Because if achieving this requires an internal state of pure peace.
Yeah, our minds are usually the exact opposite of that.
Right, chaotic. So if this divine wealth is already deep within us, like the text claims, why are we constantly wandering away from it?
Well, that chaotic wandering has a very specific root cause, which is identified as homai.
Ego.
Yeah, egotism. And the text is super blunt about this. Like, no one finds God through egotism. Wandering from the root basically means waste your life in vain.
It feels almost like radio static.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Like the ego is this loud static
Yeah.
blocking a clear broadcast. The broadcast, that piece, is already there, but you can't hear it over the noise. So we need a tuner, right?
Right. And in this framework, the tuner is Gurbani, the Guru's word. That, alongside true spiritual service.
Okay, but mechanically, how does immersing yourself in Gurbani actually cut through that static?
By literally forcing you to stop listening to your own internal monologue.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when you meditate on the Guru's word or do true service, you shift your focus entirely away from yourself. You literally don't have the mental bandwidth to obsess over your own ego.
Because you're so immersed in the vastness of the divine, so the ego basically just starves.
Precisely. You stop feeding it attention. And the direct result of engaging with that mechanism is entering what's called sadhaa.
Which is that celestial peace.
Yes, celestial peace or tranquility. You merge into the name.
So you do the work, the ego recedes, and you hit this peace. But getting to that ultimate union, I mean, it can't just be a mechanical formula, like putting a coin in a vending machine, right?
No, definitely not. And this is a crucial point in the text about the limits of human effort. Even if you dedicate yourself entirely to cutting through that static,
Right.
ultimate union still remains a gift. The Creator abides through the ages, but union only happens through grace. The phrase they use is, if he casts his glance of grace, then we meet him.
So for you listening, attaining sahaj really is this delicate balancing act. You have to put in the daily practice to shed the ego, but then you have to pair it with a humble surrender.
Exactly. You do the work to clear the path, but you cannot force the final connection. That comes entirely from the divine.
Which is fascinating because we spend so much time stressing over worldly wealth because we desperately want control. But if ultimate spiritual union relies on a glance of grace that is entirely beyond our control, how might simply accepting that lack of control be the very first step towards shedding the ego? Just something to mull over as you navigate your own internal wealth today.